Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rewind and Reflect, where we believe in the universal truth that there's no such thing as coincidences or mistakes, and we're here to share our life experience on that with you. My name is Deb Miller.
Morning, girlies. My name's Kristen Longmore.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Susan Doyle. Hi, girls. It's been kind of a minute here.
Yeah.
I was just thinking when this is uploaded, it's going to be August already.
Oof.
I love it.
Yeah.
Summer is going by very quickly.
I know. I was on a team call for work yesterday. Yesterday. And some of the women on there were saying how they're ready for fall. Like they want their pumpkin spice latte. And I said, no. It has not been long enough. I have not had enough time to recover from the winter. No spice lattes. No pumpkin shit. No pumpkin shit.
I have this high school friend that we write back and forth. It's really fun.
Like letters?
Like postcards, like
Oh, how
jokey.
sweet.
It's jokey things. But he was complaining about the heat. And so I wrote back and I said, if I could live where there's just fall and winter, I would do it, but I don't want to live in the tundra. Like I'm ready. You know me. I'm the opposite of Sue. I do not like the summer at all. And I love the fall, but I don't, pumpkin latte.
I don't mind the fall, early fall, like September when it's still 80.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Those Indian summers.
Yeah. I don't think we're allowed to say that anymore because I said Indian summer once to my daughter like 2 years ago, and she fucking blasted me.
Oh, really?
Where I'm not allowed to say that. I said, what the really? So now I will say, what did I replace it with? A warmer than usual fall, or a glimpse of summer, or something like that, or a fall warm up, because she blasted me for saying Indian summer. Yes.
Our daughters are very similar, Sue.
Just so you know.
In big trouble for that.
Okay,
Crisscross applesauce. Remember when we were kids, it was.
Oh, yes. We're not allowed to say Indian style either.
Yeah.
I said to my kids, what is this crisscross applesauce? Mom, right?
Why do you have to put the applesauce in there? I mean, let's sit crisscross. That makes enough sense. Why does it have to be crisscross applesauce?
Crisscross applesauce, because they're kidlets.
So I had Kevin and I yesterday met with one of his fraternity brothers that lives in California. He and his wife and their son met us for. So
how old is the son?
The son is 21.
He's old enough to appreciate the fraternity brother stories.
Yes, but I don't know. I mean, he did not go to college or anything. So I don't know. But the funny part about this story, so his name is Joe. Kevin's friend's name is Joe, and he's our age, so like 57, 58 maybe. And he does not and never has had a cell phone. Refuses to get a cell phone. I know.
Dang.
It's crazy. He's like, I will not, I do not, even when his kids were younger. And his wife has a cell phone, and she is like, it's so irritating because like people need to get, talk to Joe about, like Kevin, for instance, like, hey, do you want to meet for lunch? Because they were only here for a week and they were leaving today back to California. So they're trying, and she's like, I'm not with him right now. So I can't say, hey, does tomorrow at noon work for, and it's I can't even imagine. But he
what
just
does he
doesn't
do
want
for
one.
work?
He's a bartender.
Okay.
So
and a musician. He's a musician too. So he's a bartender and a musician. So
what happens if his shift gets moved, or does he own a computer? Like,
he does own a tablet and he will email. But when we were leaving yesterday, I said to Kevin, because they were talking about getting together in the future, I'm like, he's gonna have to write you a letter.
Does he have
stick it to a pigeon and fly it out the window?
I was like, you're just going to have to wait for his.
Wow.
Yeah, probably.
Wow. I guess, part of that is to me, I'm a little envious that he
Hmm.
could
I
do
am
that.
for sure.
Part
Yeah.
of me feels bad for his wife because she is automatically his secretary,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
when she doesn't want to be. Like she didn't sign up for that, right?
Yeah, well,
And then
he
part of me
communicates
is
by
like,
email.
okay, you may want to get into the 21st century here
Yeah,
Smoke
with at least a
signals.
flip phone. Doesn't have to be
yeah.
a smartphone.
No, it can be like emergency calls only or something, but he
Yeah.
just refuses to do it. And it's just hilarious because,
Yeah.
you know,
Do they have a landline at their house? Like a
probably,
home
yeah,
phone? They
I'm
probably
sure they
do.
probably have
Okay.
that. But even their 21-year-old son, his wife was like, I made him get a phone. The kids didn't even want phones. They just got their license. They're 19 and 21. She's like, I'm like,
All right, there's
I
something else at work here.
Right.
they just,
What kid does not want their license when they're 16 in one day?
I don't know.
Come
I
on.
know. I know. But they're just very much like, yeah, no, got this. Don't need technology.
I do have to say that I think there is kind of a trend in that direction. I really hope that the whole being tethered to the cell phone thing
Yeah.
starts to go in the other direction.
Yeah.
I do.
Mhm.
Because I'll
It's
tell you
horrible.
what, I used to say, when Hunter was little and I was still married, or at least when I gave birth to a son, I thought there's no way that God is not going to bless me with a daughter as well. Because I was so close to my mom. I continue to be close to my mom. And I always thought I'd have a daughter and that would, be the relationship. But I know now why God was like, oh no, because I see what social media does to young girls and teenagers,
Yeah.
and they are it's so heartbreaking to me, and the anxiety and the mental health and the seeing like, oh, I wasn't invited to this, or somebody's bullying me and making fun of the way I dress or making fun of the way I look or something. I don't think I would have the capability to help my daughter through those things because I would be so enraged. And you can't help it when that negative attention is coming to you with these kids at that age, and the ability for anybody to tap into social media and just say it out loud and really hurt people.
Mm.
We don't, we're
I
not
agree.
nice anymore. Start to be nice to each other.
Yeah.
And then it fans out to strangers on
Yeah,
the internet.
right.
Then
Yeah.
there's people that you don't even know weighing in.
Lambasting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that brings up I have two great stories for you girls that were on the same theme.
Oh, good.
And I just have to tell you that I still, they happened a while ago and I still feel amazing. So, I was in Big Y, which is the local big supermarket near my house, a few weeks ago. And it was hot, so I had, shorts and a tank top on, but I was, I was grubby and gross and I had forgotten something. So my husband was like waiting close to like go in line, and I had to run back to get something in another aisle. And I go down the aisle, and it's just me and this other woman. This woman is at her cart. I think probably she was about our age, I think, looking at her list. And she was on one side of the aisle, and I needed something on the other side of the aisle. And I'm walking towards her. She said, and she goes, I have to stop you. I said, okay. She said, you look amazing. Total stranger.
Mm.
Aw.
And I just said, thank you. She said, and this is where the difference is, like, listen, people have told me that, I have a nice body, but she said to me, I know how hard it is to keep yourself in shape.
Mm.
And I just want to tell you that you are doing an amazing job.
Oh,
Aw.
that's sweet. We love
And, of course, I wanted to put her in my pocket and bring her home. So every time I felt
her.
shitty about myself, she would say something to me. But I'm
Mm.
thinking, she did not have to say that. She
Yeah.
did not have to acknowledge me. She did not have to just put that out there. And I just looked at her and I said, in years past, I would have had to say, "Oh my God, you look so good too." And, and I said, "You know what? Thank you." I
Yeah.
said, "I appreciate you acknowledging that it's not easy. This has been a lifelong commitment, and I appreciate you saying something to me. You just made my day, you made my week, and have a good day." And I walked away.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, to your point, Deb, it took nothing. It took less than a minute out of this woman's day to just stop a random stranger and say something like that.
You know what sticks out to me about that is that this woman, like many times, people won't say something because they're jealous or envious or ego
Mhm.
or whatever.
Mhm.
She so easily shared a compliment with you.
Yes.
And that shows me that, like, because women tend to attack each other or be like,
Yes.
oh, aren't you a little old to wear those shorts or that, whatever it might be. That could go through their head, but that didn't with her. And I love that. That shows me that
I do
she
love
was
that.
driven by her heart and not her ego. And that's a beautiful thing.
Yes. Yeah. It was so, and it was so innocent and pure. Like I'd never felt any agenda. I never
Mm.
felt, sometimes you feel like when people say things like that to you, which I consider just a random act of kindness, saying things and doing things to me are both random acts of kindness, right?
Mhm.
Helping somebody who needs help or assisting or picking up a piece of trash or, but I also put in that bucket, saying nice things or
Yeah.
complimentary things or, you know, and oftentimes you feel like there's an agenda or they're fishing for something or, lots of times the next question to me would be, well, oh my God, what do you do? Like, and they want that magic bullet or they want that formula kind of thing. And for me, I just felt there was this genuine need for her to just be nice.
Yeah. I
Oh
love
yeah.
that.
And it was so, it took me off guard, but it's been a couple of weeks and I still think about it every day, how nice she was.
Oh,
Did you give a compliment to another person in return? Did that
pay it
kind of
forward.
motivate you to be like, I'm going to pass this
Yes,
on?
yes. I'd like to say that I do that a lot. I don't know because I don't keep track of things like that. Um, I have to say that I am, yeah, it did. It actually did. It did motivate me.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Hmm.
I feel
That's what
like
it's supposed to
too,
do.
like so often I always would be the first person to compliment a cute little baby or be nice to an elderly person, especially if they're alone. Can I help you? There was a woman I tried to help last week in the grocery store, but I don't want to overstep any boundaries. If she can do it herself, I don't want to be like, whatever. But anyway, I've taken to more a compliment paid to someone. If I saw Sue in the grocery store, I would think the same thing. Wow, she's beautiful. She's in fantastic shape. But saying it and thinking it, just because she looks wonderful, I've taken to more, it's not that I'm jealous or anything like that. I feel that if someone looks good, who cares if they're beautiful or whatever? But I'll compliment anybody. If you look like a model, like Sue kind of does with her body, which is
No,
yes,
nope.
yes, yes, yes. I would, instead of just going,
Hmm.
that person gets complimented all the time, right? What's one more compliment? You know what? I don't know. And look at how it has affected Sue and made her feel just amazing. What are you doing, Deb? Deb has this look on her face.
She's handing a
All
coffee
right.
mug to somebody, I
I guess
think.
so. Didn't you just ask me if I wanted coffee? Oh.
Apparently
Oh,
not.
Kevin.
Sorry,
Is that
guys.
caramel flavor? Caramel
Mhm.
swirl flake? Oh,
Mhm.
Jesus
I have
Christ.
that
It's
in
not
my
caramel
house for
swirl.
bed.
It is
Oh no, it's the fancy stuff from Starbucks. Okay.
Yeah.
delicious. All right, I'm sorry to interrupt.
So this brings me back to I remember, you scrolling through social media and being and seeing all these things, but something resonated with me one time, and it was years ago. And it said, surround yourself with women who choose to fix your crown
Yeah, yeah.
rather than
Straighten out
breaking
your
down.
crown. Yeah, straighten your crown.
And
Mhm.
this woman clearly is not in my circle. We don't even know each other. I will most likely never see her again. And she took the time, regardless of whether she thought my crown was askew, right? She took the time to prop my crown up there,
Mm.
woman to woman.
And put
Yeah.
a little shine
And
on
it was
it.
amazing.
I
Yes,
love
and it
that.
was amazing. It was selfless and amazing.
Are you going to share the other story, the other compliment, or are
I
we going
will
to
share
keep
the
that
other
all
story
for
because it's
later?
kind of funny because it goes back to all the, it really kind of it was a little funny, but of course I, bought it hook, line, and sinker. And it goes back to all the hormone talks that we have and all the things. And so fast forward a couple of weeks from the supermarket, I'm at the gym and I'm kind of like bending over the front desk to grab the key to the cycling room to go teach my class. And this young guy, and I don't even know if he's young because the woman behind the front desk told me he's this doctor. I see him a lot, and he's usually walking out as I'm walking in. And I'm talking to the woman at the front desk and sort of like I said, leaning over, and says to me, he goes, please don't take this the wrong way, and I'm not being creepy. He said, but you have the ass of a 20-year-old. And I looked at him and I said, will you marry me? I said, oh my God, you just made my day. He said, no, I'm serious. He said, you know, I I know.
I'm a doctor. I
Yeah.
know what
And
acid reflux to look
and
like.
Amen.
he like we were kind of joking. I hugged him and I said, thank you. You didn't have to say that, but you did make my day.
You're like, do you
And
want to touch it?
I thought it was really
It's
great.
real.
And
And
but
it's the
again, it was a
truth
guy.
too. She does have a
And
great
I didn't
ass.
take it creepy, but I thought it was very sweet that he prefaced it by saying, I am really not being creepy and I'm not being inappropriate in looking, he said, but um so again, there's also really great just human beings out there
Yeah.
who feel the need to make people feel good. And I love that. And I think I am definitely, after those two situations or those two instances, really going to be mindful of paying that forward
Yeah.
because the feeling that it generated in me has lasted a long time. Not only because somebody complimented me and I'm not that shallow, it's that somebody, more than one person,
Mm.
just wanted to put that out there to be kind and good in the world without wanting anything back.
Yeah.
And I
I love
feel as though that I have grown because in years past I would have been, those two things I just said thank you. Where in the past I would have said, "Oh my God, no, no, no." Like it's, I would have downplayed it. I would have made an excuse, or I would have felt obligated to say something nice back, which to
that.
me feels disingenuous. I think if you can just say thank you and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to say that
Mm.
and leave it at that, gives the person the feeling that they did a good thing without diminishing it or
Yeah.
watering it down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I
so I
got my
shared those two things.
thank you, honey.
You got
I got a
are
cup of
you like the
coffee out of that.
Ritz-Carlton or
That's a
something?
nice couch. Gosh.
The Ritz-Carlton.
Um, so when I share those two things, um, Kristen, you said, "Oh, I have something to share too,
Yeah.
but I'll wait."
Yeah. So I thought of you when I received this compliment, which was from a gentleman at a meeting. And um, I just said, thank you so much. But at first, I did make a little sarcastic comment, and I'll tell you the story. So this man that, I see occasionally at a meeting came up to me and he said, I have to tell you this. Every time you share, I think you remind me of this woman in the WNBA. And when I heard WNBA, I'm not a sports person. I like baseball, but I'm not a sports person. I thought wrestling because I heard the W, right?
Oh yeah,
But
world,
it's
yeah,
the women's,
basketball. Yeah.
basketball. Um, and he said she plays for Dallas and her name is, I looked her up, but Maddie Segret or something like that. So I looked her up and I said, she better be good looking, And I was thinking to myself, and my plan is to go, I mean, I will return to this meeting. This is a regular meeting of mine. My plan is to tell this man how much his compliment stuck with me because in looking this woman up, she's younger than my daughter. So this man told me I reminded him of someone who is 26 years old. Like, what a compliment to me, I thought, because ladies, I'm going to say this here. We are at an age, and I'm speaking for myself. I used to get a lot more whistles and looks but I'm a little bit older now. So the clientele that's looking at me or hitting me up is elderly for the most part. This man was not. And I was very grateful.
Let me ask you this. What's elderly? What age is elderly?
Well,
Tread lightly,
I
sister.
know
Tread
because
lightly.
all right. So
You
everyone,
might,
I do prefer a younger man. So
yes, but what is elderly to you?
at this point in my age group, I would say 70 and above.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah, 70 and above.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
to me, it's elderly, um, which is fine, whatever. But anyway, this compliment stuck. I'm like, oh my God, I don't look as old as I think I might look,
Yeah.
whatever. And it's ego feeding, of course. It
Of
is.
course,
But
but
guess
it's
what? I'm
okay.
eating
I
it
think
up.
it's okay.
Shit.
We
Yeah.
get knocked down so much,
Oh,
especially at this
Yes,
age. It's
yes,
like, and we feel like such shit about ourselves.
all the
It's
time.
okay for your ego to
yes,
get a little boost.
yes. I
But I
mean,
plan to
we are
thank this man.
constantly navigating the world thinking that we have to continuously fix and change. And it's
Mm.
so nice for somebody to just say, "You look great,"
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like
with
this.
no agenda. That's what I love, that there's no agenda.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that, whatever. I sometimes will think, because I've gotten caught up in that um, before. If uh, and more so, I think when I'm being nice to someone, I could give, especially men, the wrong idea. I'm complimenting someone, I'm being kind to them. It doesn't mean I want to jump into bed with you. You know what I mean? Like I can just pay someone a compliment and not.
You get very suspicious of men when they are, yeah, you get when they give you extra attention or they request a conversation with you. You jump
Especially
right to
in
like
nature.
oh no, I'm not going there. I'm like, oh, maybe he just wants to ask you a
Right,
general question
right.
like,
And I'm the
hey, do you know
complete
of another good
opposite. I'm
meeting?
I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, "Oh, thanks." Not
Oh,
giving
me too.
one
I
millisecond of thought that there's an ulterior motive.
not on one. I know.
Well, we
I do
know
the same thing, and I've gotten myself in really precarious situations because I don't have that radar
I
of like
remember.
this
Yeah.
is this is more than just hey, I let's connect as friends. I don't have that radar. And I got myself in a very dangerous situation because of that.
You used to frighten me when we were younger, Phil.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I just was like, oh, no, he just needs a
Yeah.
friend.
You're
No,
fucking crazy,
he's
man.
just got out of jail. He doesn't need a
Deborah.
friend. If he needs a friend, he'll go find a male friend.
Yeah.
Like he's not looking for a female friend. He's been in jail for 8 years, So
Yeah.
I always have
Yeah.
had a lot of trouble with those lines because I never felt like they could, why would they be interested in that with me? Like that's not what this is about. They just need a friend or whatever. So it can be, but now at this time in our life, um, well, I guess, I mean, it literally happened with Kevin. He was like, hey, I'll be in your area next week. Do you want to grab dinner? And I just thought, oh yeah, it's like another Avon person. I live in Avon now. I'm getting together with people I haven't seen in a while. And in his mind, he was like, this is a date. In my
Yeah.
mind, I was like, I'm just getting together with an old friend to, you know,
That's a
reminisce.
little different though. I feel like if a high school mate hit me up for dinner or, to hang out, I wouldn't think of it as a date because, I didn't date anyone in my high school,
Yeah.
but you did date Kevin for
Yeah,
two
but
years.
I just was like, oh yeah, just an old friend. And that happened to me with two other people that were like, I was like, yeah, I had coffee with them. It was great. Yeah, well, that's
Oh,
not what they thought it was going to be. And I was like,
Deb.
You're
yeah.
like, what?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
so cute.
So it's very different now. But you have to have, a little bit of a cautious radar, especially the young
Yeah.
kids.
Yes, but I like to navigate the world with not quite as much cynicism that if somebody chooses to say something nice, that I always choose not to think that there's anything behind it other than them wanting to be
Yeah.
kind
Right.
or make somebody's day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I think those two instances really have made me want to be more conscious of doing that to and for other people.
Yeah.
Amen.
And looking back to realizing that the people who, especially women who are no longer in my life, are not there any longer because they just did not know how to fix each other's crowns. They
Oh,
didn't,
yeah.
and it was one of those things that's a relationship, a friendship, a situation that just no longer served me. Not that I need to be friends with people who kiss my ass. That's not what this is. It is. It's that underlying feeling of envy or jealousy, or they're talking to other people behind your back very differently than they talk to your face. And somebody who is willing to go up to a complete stranger and say something nice, is not at home talking bad or shit about the people who are in their lives for real. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. I
Yeah,
had
it's a
this.
character.
It's a character.
Yeah,
Yes. A
it's
very
a good
positive
character
character.
trait to have where you feel secure and confident enough that you can compliment another woman.
Right.
And because I
Hmm.
guarantee every single woman that we see on a daily basis, whether we're in the grocery store or taking a walk or whatever, in their mind, I guarantee in their mind, they're focusing on a lot the negativity of a
Yes.
situation or the day or a relationship or whatever. They're not focusing on like, oh, look how good I look today. So if you just, you know,
100%. That's
yeah, so
true,
let's
Deb.
let's
No matter
feed them.
what they look like, no matter
Yeah,
how good they
exactly.
look, those people, that's why I try to concentrate more on just complimenting anybody when it comes into my brain, make it come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I don't, yeah.
Right.
And for the
But if it keeps
audience, I
you,
have to tell this story about, so we have a text chain, as Sue has mentioned previously. And so I texted these gals because we knew this was going to be the topic today. And I said, I have this story to tell, blah, 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 about a compliment I received. And Deb sends this little meme of a woman going, no one's going to compliment me. It was so awesome. I loved it.
Oh my God, I was dying.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
okay, well, everybody has got their compliment stories.
Her ass compliments.
Whatever. I got nothing
I
to
am
share.
I'm going out on the limb saying you're Debbie, you out of the three of us, you're the woman in the supermarket giving out
Well, I
the
will
good
tell you
vibes
the reason and
more so than Kristen and I.
and you want
Giving
to know
out good
why?
vibes.
What?
Giving out what vibes, Sue?
Like
Sorry.
good
Good
vibe, like
vibes, compliments, random acts of kindness.
Yes, Deb is of the three of
well,
us, for sure.
I will tell you, I learned that habit long, long ago from my mom. You do
Oh,
not go anywhere with Sandy Lawless where she is not going to say to one person, I love those earrings, or oh my God, that color is so perfect on you, or where did you get your hair done? Like every time you go out, whether it's to a restaurant, a grocery store, shopping, anywhere, walking the dog, my mom is going to say
oh,
something to the person that walks out wherever close to her. And
Cool.
so I just do it because it I but I'm not doing it for any reason except for I really think that that color looks great on that person
mhm.
and
Right.
she
It's not
should
like your
know.
mom's making shit up.
No.
She's making
My
Right.
it come out
mom,
of her mouth. The
yeah.
thoughts are coming out. Yeah.
And my mom is like very into accessories. Her
Yeah.
earrings match her necklace, match her rings, match her pocketbook, match her shoes. I don't know if it's like I know Sue's mom is the same way, and I know a lot of moms that
I
are the
think it's a
same way.
little generational
I
It's
think
thing.
so too.
generational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and so she's horrified by me because I just walk out the door in the comfort outfit that I have on.
Well,
You're
not only that,
fine.
having all that shit
Oh,
would
Yeah.
make me crazy.
Yeah.
yes.
Yuck. Ugh.
Same. Like I don't
Like the little plastic things where you pull out where the earrings are. It would,
mhm.
Mm.
I
Oh,
remember
you
my
should
mom's
see the
shoes
setup she's
always
got.
being in the
Yeah.
plastic so
Yeah.
she could see and they would be piled and
So
walking
I
out.
think because they take so much time to put themselves together, they're noticing other women who have put themselves together
Mhm.
and they're going to say something. Where I'm just, you know, I can't tell you how many times I've walked out earlier in my life when I lived at home as a teenager, where mom was like, back it up. I got to iron that. You're not walking out with that. You look
Oh.
frumpy. No daughter of mine is going to walk out unironed. And
You
I
look
was
like
just,
you slept in your clothes.
exactly. And I
That's
probably
funny.
did.
But
Yeah.
the 30 seconds it takes Sandy, or maybe a minute at this point in her life, it takes Sandy to notice that the feeling of being seen
Yeah.
that this other person has such a massive ripple effect
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
that is undeniably, something as small as that could change that person's world
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
in
sure.
a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Just like that negative can change your world in the blink of an
Yep.
eye when you're reading something, or somebody makes a negative comment or whatever. The same, I think the positivity ripple effect is exponentially greater.
Yeah.
hmm That's why we do it.
Yeah.
We
And I
want
have to be more
kindness in the
conscious of
world.
that.
Yeah. I had
Yeah.
this. So I took my dad for an MRI on Monday, and I didn't go in obviously because it's an MRI. And I'm sitting in the waiting room, and there's a bathroom out in the lobby. So I went to the bathroom, and there was somebody in there, and they were taking forever. And so I opened the men's bathroom. I'm going to go in the men's bath. It's just one, like I could lock the door behind me, but the men's bathroom was disgusting. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to wait. And I'm standing there, and I don't know what, it was the end of the day. I was tired and I had worked and driven from Hartford to, blah, blah, blah. Complain, complain. So I'm waiting and I'm getting more and more irritated that this person is taking forever in the bathroom. So she comes out, it's this older woman with a cane, and she looks at me and she smiles. And I'm like, oh my God. I go, how are you today? And it turned out she was in the same freaking waiting room as me. So, whatever, I ended up kind of chit-chatting with her. But so quickly, I had that negative energy. And I mean, I don't know what would have happened if someone came out and they were like, looked like they just shot up heroin or something in the bathroom and they were taking, I had to use the bathroom. But, just the point of how quickly I could just kind of train my brain to do something different,
That's why I say when people are road raging, it's like that's somebody's nana. That could be somebody's nana in that car. Like, give them a break.
Yeah.
And
I think too, when you are the deliverer of that, the bounces back to you as well. So not only are you being a positive force in somebody's life, I think that positivity also resonates with the person who's delivering.
Yeah.
Right. And just think about what a kinder planet we would live on if everybody would do that.
I know.
So
we
pay
need that
someone
now.
a compliment.
Yeah, we need
everybody
more
do it.
now
It's a
more than
random
ever.
act of kindness, just a random act of kindness. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Doesn't have to be words like you were saying. So you could just do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without an agenda, without expecting anything in return. But what you get in return is that feeling of you did something good.
Yeah. Because everybody's carrying
so much.
So much. And you just don't know. Like, I think I told you that story of when I was going to see Hunter in the hospital and he was having a really bad day and I was rushing to get out and my dog got out and this woman was trying to get her out to go to the bathroom, get her back in and get in the car, go to the hospital. And this woman was walking her dog and my dog was a friendly dog, Tika. She went running up to this little dog, and the other dog got like spooked and this lady started screaming at me.
Oh yeah, that lady.
Screaming at me. And I was like, if she only knew what I was about to go do or, what was going on in my life, she wouldn't have like enough. People are going through shit that you don't even know about.
Right.
So let's put things in perspective.
Yeah. Right. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Put things in perspective and be nice.
Right. And you know what? If you're going through something yourself, know that so many other people are going through something that if you decide to, bestow a compliment or a kind word or a kind gesture on somebody, not only will it make them feel good, but it'll make you feel good and realize and make you feel that, you're not alone.
And it'll turn your day around for sure.
Exactly.
Well,
I love
the topic, Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I had to share it. I did. I had to share it because this woman was just.
You made a difference. She made a difference.
It was a light. It was a true beacon of light in my day.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, let's hear from other people and anything that has happened to them that has turned their day around. That would be amazing. I love those stories.
Yeah. Please message us on social media. Send us an email at rewindandreflectwithus@gmail.com. And until next time, ladies.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Love you all.
Love you.
Bye-bye.